Hi Srivalli.
Hi, Shanti.
So today's topic, let us work on TensorFlow and GenAI, how it can transform the applications from
Hmm.
TensorFlow to GenAI. So basically, let us understand what is TensorFlow.
Yeah.
So you are able to see my document, right? Here, Word
Yes.
document.
Yeah.
TensorFlow is an open source software library developed by Google for building and training machine learning and deep learning models. Basically, what is machine learning? Machine learning has got some modules like deep learning, analytics, training. Such kind of algorithms are there within the machine learning. Those algorithms are built in on particular tool, and that particular tool is compliant with machine learning application. The
Hmm.
same thing, they are inserting. They have inserted the models, similar models in TensorFlow. So it is a versatile framework that allows for development, training, and deployment of various machine learning models and solutions. When you say various machine learning models are and solutions are nothing but your predictive analytics, personalization. There are so
Oh.
many areas we studied it, machine
Hmm.
learning models. So all those are included in that. So
Hmm.
making it a powerful tool for business looking to leverage artificial intelligence to gain a competitive edge. Indirectly, if you see, this is a non-cloud environment, independent application, TensorFlow, with machine learning techniques, which has got machine learning is a child of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has got many childs. Robotics is one of them. Machine learning
Hmm.
is one of them. Examples. Okay.
Hmm.
So that's why TensorFlow has got built-in features of ML techniques, ML algorithms. TensorFlow provides a wide range of modules that are specifically designed for business applications. Obviously, because when you include all these various machine learning model solutions, there is a predefined application for that purpose. These modules offer pre-trained models, utilities, and deep learning architectures that can be used for tasks such as prediction, feature extraction, fine tuning, etc. Prediction is nothing but predictive analytics. We discussed it on machinery defects control system, right? In by using the machine learning. In
Yeah.
that, what we discussed it, the predictive analytics feature of Azure, we discussed it. The
Yeah.
same way here, it has got its feature, predictive analytics. So, predictive analytics, how it works, you have to feed the data,
Uh-huh.
past data, and after that, you need to train that model. It does deep learning. After that, you will ask the samples. Can you give me the samples? What is going to happen if it is this one? Then
Hmm.
it works like that. Okay. So feature extraction. Yes, feature extraction means this particular features if you want to give for particular product. Let us say you have different features. Now, what is the demanding feature? Then it is going to come up with a combination feature. Let us say car is there.
Hmm.
Okay, petrol car is there, battery car is there. There is a Google car also without driver. Okay.
Yeah.
Now they might say, I need cost savings for my car, for my monthly expenses. What do you suggest it? That is one question given by a customer. Now, what it is going to do? It identifies such kind of cars. It says this particular car is a petrol car, but it can give 40 kilometers per 1 liter. In
Hmm.
reality, it is not going to happen. I know that no car is there in the world, right? Average 20 to 25 it comes, right? Car
Yeah.
per mile, sorry,
Yeah.
per liter miles. Okay.
Yeah.
So now it is going to suggest one car which is giving 25 miles or something. Okay.
Hmm.
Then later on, another person will come and say, no, I can spend more money for investing for a car, but my monthly expenses should be one fourth of my current expenses.
Yeah.
Then what it is going to do? It predicts, yes, there is a battery car. It costs one and of cost of your new petrol car. Now you can go ahead with this, and your monthly expenses are going to reduce to 25%. Because battery
Hmm.
charging only it happens, simple maintenance is there for the battery car. Am I right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So those are the predictions for the features, feature extraction. Okay. So then fine tuning. What is fine tuning? Fine tuning is data fine tuning. It can happen. Whatever you applied with the predictive analytics, that data also can be fine tuned it. Then feature extractions also it can be fine tuned for right solution. So finally you are presenting the solution to the customer. So these deep learning models are made available alongside pre-trained weights, enabling businesses to easily leverage them for various machine learning tasks. So these are only simple tasks we discussed in this paragraph. But when we discussed about ML to Azure migration, Azure to generative AI migration, we have taken a lot of samples, a lot of examples, right, with
Mm-hmm.
different features of the MLs and Azure ML also, right?
Yeah.
So, with specialized modules like Kira's application, businesses can access models like exception, VGC, RESTnet, Inception, MobileNet, DenseNet, EfficientNet, and many others, each tailored for specific use cases with varying sizes, performance metrics, capabilities. Basically, what happens? With these models, whatever it has got, they have designed the applications. These applications are released in the market by supporting by the TensorFlow. See,
Mm.
you have a form designer. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you say, I have designed one mobile application, it works for these features.
Mm-hmm.
What is the generative AI feature? On what basis you have designed? I have designed from generative AI form designer application.
Mm-hmm.
Here, with these products, what they say, these are the TensorFlow applications. They'll say, what is the standard from the TensorFlow? It should have all the ML features,
Mm-hmm.
right? So whatever use cases you are using for ML, those should work with these capabilities. Okay. So when you say in the JD, Kira's experience should be there, Inception experience should be there, MobileNet experience should be there, means they all are coming from TensorFlow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these modules provide businesses with flexibility and the necessary tools to implement advanced machine learning solutions in their operations. Obviously, by incorporating TensorFlow and its modules into their workflow, businesses can benefit from scalable machine learning solutions and optimized models, flexible deployment options, customizable models, and improved decisions making process. So these are required while operating the applications on site, basically this kind of process. Okay, this can lead to more informed decision making, enhanced operations, and a competitive edge in today's fast-paced and data-driven business landscapes. See, earlier, if you see 10 years or 12 years back, machine learning was there, but what they used to do, they used to use Python program and try to do this kind of modeling. But with these kind of applications, with user interface, everything can be designed easily. Okay, so with that, what happens? They get decision making also faster, and enhanced operations are given in a short time with easy customization, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to migrate your flow code for generative AI conversion is follow the guidelines provided by migrating from TensorFlow. Uh, Here are the steps to transform your TensorFlow code. Understand behavior and API differences. Begin by understanding the differences between TensorFlow 1x, TensorFlow 2 in terms of their behavior and APIs. This understanding will be crucial in ensuring smooth transitioning. Basically, what happens? You have to see which version they are using in live
Mm.
when they say migrating to Azure. Okay, then 1.x has got different features, TensorFlow 2 has got different features. According to the version of the features, they have built those applications. Let us say these are the applications built on TensorFlow. On which version
Mm-hmm.
of the TensorFlow they have built it, you need to identify.
Mm.
Because those features will be there in the applications, and those features you are going to identify, and those you are going to map to the Azure generative AI services, basically,
Yeah.
right? The second is run the symbol conversion scripts. Execute the automated script to convert some of your TF1, TensorFlow 1.x API usage. It means it has got APIs that you are going to convert it. This
Mm.
is an initial phase of the migration process. Basically, the APIs also need to be converted into Azure first. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it all depends on the code what it has got. Okay,
Mm.
so remove usage of TensorFlow contribution and the tf.contrib module has been sunsetted and its submodules have been integrated into the TensorFlow, into the core TensorFlow 2 API. It means if you have migrated from TF1 to TF2, this is the process they have used it. When you migrated, user interface is different, then your application process is slightly different. You need to see those gaps basically. Okay. And
Mm.
next one is make TF1 model forward passes run with TF2 behavior enabled. Adapt your TF1.x model forward passes to run with eager execution enabled to TF2. Basically, what happens? If there are models designed with TF1 only, they are running in TF1 only without migrating to TF2. You need to identify them. First, you need to migrate it and compliance it with TF2.
Mm.
It means you can't take directly the TensorFlow application into
Mm.
Azure without converting into the latest version of TensorFlow. Then once
Okay.
it is converted it, you are going to map it to Azure services, how it can
Mm.
be transformed it. Okay, that particular code. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so upgrade training, evaluation, and import export code. What is it? Upgrading your TF1.x code for training loops, saving loading models, optimizers to TF2 equivalents, migrating your TF1X optimizers to Keras optimizers, and upgrade your data input pipelines. Basically, what happens? Always they are talking about TF1 upgrade to TF2. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have some training models and evaluation models and import export code is there, then you need to do conversions first.
Okay.
Then migrate of symbols. If you choose to migrate, sorry, your existing usage of TF version 1 APIs to non-legacy TF2 APIs. This step provides detailed guidelines for doing so. See, basically, when you are there saying we have machine learning applications in TensorFlow running, then you need to ask which version, V1 or version 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If version was the one is there, it is not a GUI based. It is not a user interface APIs based. So
Mm.
it is a character user interface or something should be there on the screens like a mainframe kind of setup. Okay.
Oh.
Then you need to see migrating to TF2. First, it should be compliance. Then you need to plan for Azure migration. By following these guidelines, you can effectively migrate your TensorFlow code for Gen AI conversions and ensure that it runs seamlessly on TensorFlow. Make sure to review the detailed information provided by the TensorFlow documentation to ensure successful migration. Now, in the TensorFlow documentation, what are we going to get it? What are the models used by TensorFlow? What kind of models within these things? Whatever we
Mm.
discussed it. Okay, there are models. So whether it is predictive analytics or feature extraction or fine tuning or pre-trained models or training models, which is there that need to be identified. If you identify that functions, business functions, then you can map it to the generative AI services. Is it right?
Yeah.
So now in Azure, GenAI refers to the suite of AI services and capabilities. So offered by Microsoft for building, training, deploying artificial intelligence models. Some of the key AI services available in Azure for GenAI are cognitive services. One is Azure Cognitive Services. Azure Cognitive Services provides a set of pre-built AI models that covers a wide range of capabilities such as computer vision, natural language processing, speech recognition, decision making. These services can be easily integrated into application to enable features like image recognition, language understanding, text to speech, and more. It means you have to map those services for these features. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If functions are like this, okay, TensorFlow application functions are like this. First, you need to understand from the TensorFlow application for what purpose they are using.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if they are matching to these cognitive services, you can map to these services. Let us say they're converting into speech recognition. Then you need to catch to this service, cognitive services. If they say we are translating, yes, there is a translate service. If they say yes, I am using for NLP processing, natural language processing, okay, then you need to use cognitive services. If they say I need to use for computer vision, object recognition, okay, face
Mm.
recognition, then obviously you need to come to cognitive services. Now, next one is Azure Machine Learning. How it works? Azure Machine Learning is a cloud-based service that empowers data scientists and developers to build, train, and deploy machine learning models at scale. So it provides tools for data preparation, model training, hyperparameter tuning, model deployment, and monitoring. It means basically the Azure Machine Learning is having automated models, the automated algorithms of machine learning under different names. Like build is there. Building means you are building the model, training the model with data,
Mhm.
then deploying machine learning models at scaling. Scaling is you want to increase the size of the models. Now, let us say you have WordPress site. Now, can you scale up to different countries that WordPress site in Azure? Is it possible? I'm asking you the question.
Mhm. Um, yeah, you can scale it up to different regions in Azure.
Yes, the same concept they are applying here. You can scale up the model using
Mhm.
the Azure Machine Learning services. Okay, it means the deployment will happen through the machine learning, Azure Machine Learning, that model deployment.
Mm.
It provides tools for data preparation, model training, hyperparameter tuning, model deployment, and monitoring. Yes, it includes every feature of that, and it works for the deployment.
Yeah,
When it is deployed, if there is error, data error is coming, who is going to do? It need to rebuild it,
yeah.
and it need to retrain it, and it need to redeploy it. It means it is an automated process. You see, in DevOps, what happens? If there is a mistake in the code, it need to
Yeah.
go to the developer to fix it.
Mm.
Okay. In
Yeah.
machine learning, what happens? Let us say you have what are the face recognition is there. Face recognition is not done correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to train it. You need to remodel that. Okay. Then automatically machine learning tools or services will be used to do that. Okay. It means this is one example. The examples vary from live to this one. Theoretically, we are discussing here. Okay. Then Azure Databricks. Azure Databricks continues the power of Apache Spark and Azure Cloud Services to provide a collaborative environment for building and deploying AI and machine learning models. Basically, Databricks is supporting for machine learning activities. It enables
Mm.
data engineers, data scientists, and analysts to work together on big data analytics and AI projects. See, what is big data? Big data is nothing but it is a repository of different things, but we can use it for many things. For ETL processing, you can use for data warehouse, application building, dashboards can be built it through that. All those can be used through Databricks. So
Mm-hmm.
Databricks involved with data warehouse technologies also, that process implementation also, apart from machine learning process. Machine learning processor, you can build it, you can deploy it, and you can create machine learning models. Okay, for where these roles guys are using data scientists, data engineers, analysts. Okay, if you see here,
Mm-hmm.
machine learning works for building, training, deploying models. The same thing is there in Azure Databricks also. Okay, it keeps ready for machine learning application to use it from
Mm-hmm.
Databricks environment. It is a kind of staging environment. Now, next topic in Gen AI is Azure Bot Service. Azure Bot
Mm-hmm.
Service allows developers to build conversational AI solutions by creating intelligent bots that can interact with users through multiple channels such as web, mobile apps, Microsoft Team, and more like that. It means this is purely a bot service. If you see in some of my past documentation discussions in the beginning, when we were planning for this course coaching, we discussed about bot service also. With bot service, you can build the
Yeah.
bot easily.
Mm.
Whereas in other cloud services, they are not yet designed like that, like Azure bot service.
Oh, okay.
It little bit complex there, but here it is very easy. Now they are upgrading them, like AWS or other cloud services. Okay,
Hmm.
so developers can use pre-built AI models or implement custom logic to create personalized conversational experiences. It means you define the um, domain, which domain
Hmm.
you want. You want patient management, you want pharmacy management, okay, you want any other things, okay, e-commerce or such kind of things, okay, or you want translator services, how it translates, how it talks, all that kind of thing. Everything can be attached to the bot service from the generative AI applications. Okay, then bot is going to give the answers to the users. Okay, let us say now in Google search options we have translator. There is
Hmm.
one input window, there is one output window. In the input window, if you give in Tamil or Hindi or Telugu or Kannada, then automatically it will ask in which language you want to translate it in the second window. Then you are going to pick up into some other language. So it is going to show the translated content. But in bot, what happens? You give the instruction. I want this paragraph to be converted into Hindi. Then it is going to give it. That kind of services are automated with bot, which is supporting the customer for different actions. All those actions can be built in bot service, generative
Hmm.
AI services actions. Okay.
Hmm.
Azure Custom Vision. Azure Custom Vision enables users to build and deploy custom image recognition models using their own labeled image datasets. Let us
Hmm.
say there are multiple items came to the store.
Hmm.
Now what they need to do? How they are supposed to record them?
Inventory management,
E-commerce.
you. Yeah.
Yes, in the inventory management, they need to maintain that.
Hmm.
Now, what I have done, I have designed particular items which need to come to my store,
Yeah.
and those items descriptions with image I have designed it. Now, what I am going to do, that images are connected to the vision services of Gen AI.
Okay.
Then immediately I am going to take the scanner. Simply I am scanning that.
Hmm.
It takes the picture. Then picture is going to be transformed into vision services. Vision service is going to check in the database, what is this image, what is its specification. Then it is going to store, yes, in this laptop, Dell laptop has added 5 more pieces. Now what happens? Inventory, past inventory was 100, now 105 it became in the inventory management.
Hmm.
It can happen from the security itself, right? Security desk itself, entry gate itself. So now what is going to do? All our laptops, they are
Hmm.
coming from a truck or van or something, right?
Hmm.
Then you will say, okay, all are Dell only. Now I will scan one number. So that number also it is attached to the that vision software itself. This item, if it comes, you add the numbers. How many items are there? Then you scan the barcode. That's all. It has got its own barcode.
Hmm.
Then it is going to pick up from the database. It is going to upgrade that numbers, update the inventory. Then when the person
Okay.
says, if he wants to send for shipment, yes, the items are available. Then it is going to show in the cart, shopping cart, right?
Yeah.
In the e-commerce side. So that is the connectivity you can apply with this kind of custom vision applications. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is the way you can implement it. These Azure AI services offers a comprehensive set of tools and capabilities to support various AI machine learning needs, making it easier for businesses to adopt and leverage AI technologies in their applications and workflow. What is the workflow we used it here? We are getting the inventory for our store. All the items need to be scanned by the security people.
Hmm.
Then when they scan it, it should be connected to the custom vision application. Then that
Hmm.
application will connect to the inventory database. In the database, it is going to add each of the items.
Okay.
Okay. That is the way you can apply this kind of workflow, business workflow. Each service is designed to cater to different use cases and requirement, obviously providing flexibility, scalability for implementing AI solutions in the cloud. Let us say in one office you implemented it. Your company has got 10 or 20 offices. Across offices, it can be scalable, this particular process, workflow process with this Gen AI application implementation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got the solution. How?
Yeah.
Okay. So it
Mm.
is very easy to explain if we identify a particular business scenario that can
Yeah.
be mapped to generative AI services.
Yeah.
Okay. And TensorFlow is purely, it all depends on the version control and its
Mm.
code, whether it is upgraded into Tensor 2 or not. If it is
Yeah.
not upgraded, that is the first step the ML engineers need to do. Once it is upgraded, we are going to connect to the Azure Gen AI services, that particular
Mm-hmm.
models, converting that code into Python or something.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the final analysis. What we have done is how TensorFlow applications can be planned for migrating into Gen AI services and
Mm.
how it can be mapped it.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Mm.